Okay. I think I've put this off long enough. Alpa, I am so sorry. I feel like it's been a month since I've actually talked to you. oh god. Hopefully that extra month was worth it! Yeah. There you are, Gala. We've just received a... Wow. We've just received a report from Ashana. I'll read it out. At present, the bird mother's skin is smooth. Wait, what in Rolga's name is this? Good news, that's what. While it's smooth, we still have time before she needs to molt. Once it starts to dry, we'll know the day of the inspection is approaching. Well, I'll take your word for it. As much as I'd love to spend all day talking about your mother's skin, isn't there something else we were going to discuss? Yes, there is. A problem's come up and I could use your advice. The castellum is under threat of demolition. That's... okay. Hold your chocobos, nothing's been decided yet. Perhaps you should start from the beginning, for Gala's sake. The fuck was that just went up against my window? It's a bit cold for dragonflies, what the hell? As you know, this was originally an Imperial supply depot. That great big tower in the middle was built as an airship dock, which we now use for surveying the surrounding area. You can see for miles from up there. But the trouble is, some of the Resistance members think we should blow the whole thing up. It's a constant reminder of the days of Imperial rule, they say, but they're letting sentiment cloud their judgment. Too important to lose. They're also forgetting that we don't have the time or resources to build a new bridge. When we mull things over, there's no telling what those lunatics will do. Suffice to say, we're in a bit of a bind. We can't let anyone tear it down. If the castellum is destroyed, it would mean the end of the gatekeepers. They'd have no choice but to return to Vera Neela. Luckily, I have an idea. We Vera decorate our villages differently to the Kalianas, which makes them easy to tell apart. We should be able to do the same thing with this place. If we make something to symbolize that the castellum is part of our amigo, we won't need to do anything drastic, like rebuilding it from scratch. You know, that's not such a bad idea. But what exactly did you have in mind? It needs to be traditional. Something distinctly Alamigan. To be honest, I don't know much about Striders and their culture. Do you have any suggestions, Yeoman? I suppose the most obvious thing would be the griffin on the Alamigan flag, but that's no good. It was also the symbol of the royal family, which includes the Mount King Theodoric, of course. I don't think people would appreciate being reminded of him. Sorry, Alpa. Nothing else springs to mind. Many people live throughout Kiribania, but no struggle to please them all. We would benefit from an outsider's opinion. Someone unbiased towards the needs of any particular group. They'd need to know a lot about local history, too. Gala, can you think of anyone? Alright, I'm surprised. Okay, now I understand why we had to do her quests beforehand. Talamoto. Right! It's decided. We'll meet you there. It is incredibly dark here when the sun is behind the castellum. Holy shit. Very dark. Orions. Okay, so we have Tala's involvement, but what about the Catboy? Also, it's been a while. I do not remember how Tala spoke. Oh no. The mighty Griffin's Bane has descended upon Castrum Oriens once more. We really appreciate your help with that whole Black Rose debacle. We've only just finished cleaning up the mess left behind by the Kalyana. Oh god, it's dark here too. Oh my goodness. Did she just say Griffin's Bane? What does that mean? A title, I'd wager. Maybe we ought to call her that too. Oh, please no. Warrior of Light is already far too much, please. Oh, really now? There's no need to be so coy about it. I can think of no better tribute to your remarkable feats of heroism. Tala. Tala, please. I think we'll just stick to Gala for now. Anyway, I'm Alpa, captain of the Veladina Gatekeepers. You might be wondering what brings us here. We'd like to ask your opinion. While I cannot guarantee that I'll be able to provide the assistance you seek, I'll do my utmost to help nonetheless. I heard you know a lot about Alabmegan history. Okay. Christ, you can barely see her. Holy shit. I see your point. Visitors to Alamigo probably won't think highly of being ushered through a former Imperial stronghold upon arrival. I agree that it should celebrate Alamigo's unique culture. A griffin design should meet your requirements. That was one and only idea. We were worried that using the crest of the old royal family would dredge up a lot of unpleasant memories. If it were a single griffin, that may be the case. However, I propose using a pair of griffins. Once they find a mate, they become inseparable. In Garabanian heraldry, a pair of griffins rampant has represented undying loyalty since time immemorial. In that case, I should use my metalworking skills to craft 2 griffin sculptures. Thanks for your advice, Tala. Come and visit us at the Castellum sometime. It would be my pleasure. I wish you the best of luck. I'll start gathering metal for the statues. It'd take me a while, especially if we're making 2 of them. Alpha, you go and find other Ananta to help with the crafting. Gala, would she be able to bring us a griffin? I imagine it would be hard to sculpt one without seeing the real thing from up close. Probably best to use a tamed one, though. Gift the griffin handler over at the Reach ought to be able to sort something out. If I were you, I'd have to have a... Wow, I cannot fucking read. I'd start by having a word with him. Actually, I have a griffin mount. Can that work? Okay. It'd be entirely unfeasible to be able to accommodate that, considering the griffin is from, like, what is it, the deluxe edition of Heavensward? To be fair, it's not as if... What? Oh, okay. Oh my god, I just saw you in the hinterlands. What are you doing here? You're for the other... the fucking level 70 dungeon that I'm not picking up right now. Whoa, big. What can I do for you? You've got a friend who wants to borrow a griffin. Who do you want me to take it to? Alpha. Leader of those damn fools hell-bent on preserving Veladina. Ugh. You ask me, they ought to blow the bloody thing to smithereens and be done with it. But, well, if it's you that's asking, I suppose I can oblige. Go on ahead. I'll meet you there with the griffin. Okay, that's the current stones. It is still incredibly dark. I need to close my blinds just so the contrast isn't terrible enough for me. That is a lot of yellow and orange. Lighting upgrade really helped with these older zones. Not to say that they were ugly before, but oh boy. Oop, there she is. How did it go? Sorry to keep you waiting, Gala. I got a bit delayed on the way over. Anyway, here's the griffin, as requested. It's beautiful. The statues should turn out wonderfully if I fashion them in the image of this fine specimen. But statues? What are you talking about? Gala didn't mention that. I want to decorate the entrance with a pair of griffin sculptures to welcome travelers to Alameda. They'll be based on your griffin. You mean to say me and my griffin came all the way here for some bloody statues? You snot-nosed little gobshite, sort of back to Via Nila so we could smash this bridge down. Oh boy. Show some respect. She is our captain. We will not allow you to speak to her like that. Captain, eh? I don't see how anyone could take orders from her. She's the child. Listen well, Strider. When I first volunteered for the Resistance, every unit I tried to join rejected me. For all my determination, I simply lacked the strength needed for frontline warfare. I had no purpose, nowhere to go but back to my village. That was until Alba asked me to work as a weaponsmith. She showed me that I do not need to be a fighter to contribute. She may be young, but she has earned our loyalty. Ishana, I couldn't give up Kirkern's ass. I'm only here because Gala asked me. Ugh. Let's just get this over with. Your help? Oh, I won't forget this. If you're going to make a statue of a griffin, you'd better do a good job of it. They look impressive enough when they're standing still, but have you ever seen one buffet its prey with a blast of wind? Now that's something special. No, I haven't. I'd like to experience these buffeting winds for myself. Is this some sort of joke? Do I look like I'm joking? The girl's gone stark raving mad. She wants to have this griffin attack her with the force of a hurricane. That's her business. Just leave me out of it. Ugh, fine. You're not the only one around here capable of riding a griffin. Gala, I hear you're quite experienced with chocobos and whatnot. Why don't you give it a try? Hit me with a buffet of wind. We should probably find somewhere else to do this, though. Our comrades might find being assaulted by bellowing winds a bit distracting, to put it mildly. I'll be waiting by the gates. Oh. She never ceases to amaze me. Okay, Alba. I see you. But we're going... Okay. Once you're on the griffin, coax it into sending a gust of wind in the direction of that youngling. Just try not to overdo it, alright? If you dismounted any... we've done... Oh my... It really is just a recolor of the mount I already have. Alright. Oh. I thought we were doing this on the other side. Okay. Yeah. Ugh. That was a lot stronger than I was expecting. Unfortunately, I couldn't help closing my eyes right at the vital moment. I could... Could you do that again? It was only a glimpse, but I definitely saw it. I think one more time should be enough. We're gonna... I can see it now. The next quest is going to be the Broodmother being like, what the hell are you doing to my daughter? Why are you sending griffins after her? What the hell's going on here? I saw it clear as day. Now I know how its prey must feel. That will do nicely. Alright, Gala. You can get down now. Alright, I can't do it with my own button. Very stupid. I hate it. I'd better get to work while it's still fresh in my mind. So, how big are these statues going to be? You're doing it out of gold? Holy shit. I can't believe my eyes. With this incredible statue, no one will doubt that Alamigo is on the path to regaining its former glory. Alright. You've achieved what I thought was impossible. You've transformed this Imperial fortress into something our countrymen can be proud of. I'm quite pleased with the results myself. To say I'm impressed would be an understatement. I'd heard the Ananta used magic to shape metal, but to see it for myself, it was breathtaking. If you think that's impressive, wait until we finish the other one. I'm sure you know better than most what a pair of griffins represents. Everlasting friendship. By Rolga, that's perfect! And to think I was going around saying we should tear this place down. Now I realize what a waste that would have been. Well, I'm glad you see things our way. Besides, we couldn't have done this without your griffin. Such a majestic creature. If the gatekeepers had one of these, we could soar through the sky, casting a watchful eye over the highways and canyons below. I was just about to suggest the same thing. Alba, would you allow us to station a unit of Griffin Riders here at the Castellum? Now that the Garleans have been driven out, we've been at something of a loose end. You gatekeepers have been working hard to keep the border safe, so we should do our bit too. We have our full cooperation. Are you serious? The Griffin Riders are always welcome here. Turned out rather well, wouldn't you say? Now that Gif has changed his tune about the bridge, the rest are sure to follow. Yes, but we still got a lot of work ahead of us. Gala, I'm sure there'll be more chances for you to help in the days to come. Tala is here too. Alright, cool. Nice. Oh, I love how it's just not, it's not even just a mirrored image of both ones. A pair of griffin statues have been added to Castellum Veladino. Okay, that's it. Reputation up. And as always, more quests and more rewards? As always, I don't look this up. Hello, ma'am. What do you have for me today? Nope, the false nails are the same. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I checked this before I did the quest. The only thing different is this wind up Ananta. Which, yes, I will take. Nice. More minions. Alright, that is everything for here. I'll see you guys in like hopefully a week, and not another month. Oh boy.